Hello, welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host Owen James, the channel that brings you all your latest Rangers news, guys. We are here. It is Wednesday and it's midweek. It's time for some news. Right, so look, I've been at work all day. Come in, get on that transfer buzz. The silly season is open. People are talking. Reports are emanate obviously the Rangers link this player, link with that player. Obviously, there's nothing further on the Connor Cody one. Obviously, official news today: Joe Rothwell has officially signed as a Rangers player. We have the shirt pics, we have the scarf pics, we have him sat with Russell Martin and with Kevin Thelwell. So we know it's all official, it's all done and dusted. Rothwell joins for an undisclosed fee on a 3-year contract. Although if you ask the East End accountants, I'm sure they'll tell you how much we actually paid for him. I did have someone on TikTok tell me earlier, guess which team he supports. We paid 800,000 for him, which I'm sure is definitely not the figure. But look, East End accountants, they're absolute experts, aren't they? Geniuses. If you want to know something about Rangers, ask a Celtic fan. Their level of obsession is quite frightening. Anyway, we're going to talk about a defender who has been linked with a move to Rangers. Unfortunately, it is a loan. I don't think it would be a loan with an option to buy or obligation to buy, given the fact that this player is estimated to be valued around 10 to 12 million pounds, and his loaning club or the club involved in this deal has only just signed him. They signed him in the January transfer window, just gone. So he's not been there very long, but they do want to loan him out to get some more first team experience. His name is, let me go for this, Nasser Najiga, or Dajiga. Nasser Dajiga. So Nasser, Nasser. There's you remember Nasser Hussain, the former England cricket captain, and Dajiga is Djiga. I'm sure we'll have some Burkina Faso experts telling me soon how to pronounce it. He's a Burkina Faso international footballer. I guess if we get him on loan, we've got to hope the Burkina Faso don't qualify for AFCON, because if he does, he disappears over that period of sort of December, January time, which is never good, is it really? What do we know about Nasser Dajiga? I think that's how you say it. I'm hoping that's how you say it. I'm hoping I haven't offended anybody. Yakuba Nasser Dajiga is his exact name. He is currently with Wolverhampton Wanderers in the English Premier League. He is 22 years old. He was born in Bobo Diossalo in Burkina Faso. He is 6'4" tall and plays as a centre-back. That is a little bit of information on him. Here we go. So we've got Yakuba Nasser Dajiga. We've got him as down as 22 years old. Like I said, 6'4". Has Burkina Faso and, rather bizarrely, Serbian nationality, due to the fact that he played for Red Star Belgrade in Serbia. He's right-footed. He is currently under contract with Wolves until 2030. He signed for a very long-term contract with current team Wolves. Big, quick, strong centre half. Someone apparently, according to the Wolverhampton Express and Star, which is the local newspaper, the big paper that has a few ins and has a few sources within Wolverhampton Wanderers, saying and reporting this tonight, that Nasser Dajiga is linked with this move to Rangers. He started his youth career with Vitesse. No, not Vitesse Arnhem in Holland, but Vitesse from Burkina Faso. He played obviously some football in Burkina Faso before going to play in Switzerland with FC Basel, who are obviously quite a big team in Switzerland, one of the most successful teams in Switzerland, with a quite proud European pedigree. He moved there during the summer transfer window of 2021, signed for this team. He also received interest from Lille. Those of you who might know Lille. Yes, the ones that are allegedly interested in Hamza. Also French League One, Belgian and Spanish clubs. But it was Basel that announced his signings. New head coach, it was Patrick Rahman, who signed him for Basel. And he played 5 trial games for Basel before Basel picked him up and was sure about him. Played in the Europa Conference League during his time there. Did get injured, missed 6 weeks of his first season there with a capsular ligament injury in his left ankle. In total, he made 22 appearances, scoring 1 goal during his time with FC Basel. During his second season, he was loaned to Nîmes Olympique in France. It was a season-long loan where he made 21 appearances. He then returned back to Basel, started the season well with them, played Conference League games, But then obviously was moved in September of that year from Bâle. He was loaned out to Red Star Belgrade before they signed him on a permanent basis. So you can see the majority of his football has been played in Serbia with Red Star. He made 56 appearances for them, scoring 4 goals and getting 3 assists. In his first season with them, Red Star won the Serbian Super League and won the Serbian Cup, a League and Cup double in his first season. Like I said, that's when they decided to sign him. However, in 2025, he joined Wolves, signing a new contract until 2030. He made 6 appearances in total for Wolves during his time with the West Midlands club. All those appearances coming in the English Premier League. So you can see his career history, you can see where he's played, how, and a little bit about him. Like I said, he is international, he is big, 6'4", he is strong, he is quick, and like I said, Wolves are looking to get him out somewhere, to get him some experience, to bring him on, to develop him a bit further. Now, I get the concerns around this, because of the fact that we've had Malik Tillman, we've had Abdallah Sima, we've had Vaslav Cherny. I understand what the concerns are. We develop another team's players and they get all the benefit. Look, I mean, I know a little about this guy just from looking at and reading bits and pieces. Wolves fans seem to like him. I think, in fact, he's big, quick and strong. He could come in and do a decent job in the SPL. We do need big, strong centre-backs, after all, in a league that is physical, in a league that is very aerially dominated, and he's certainly, good in the air. I do get the concern, though, about the loan players. Unfortunately, I do think that's the market in which we're operating at this moment in time. Going for these cheaper players, going for these loan players. This little thing called FFP that kind of holds us back. Our revenue isn't in a position yet where we can splash massive sums of money on players. There's been a lot of negativity around the Joe Rothwell signing, and there's a question I asked on TikTok on X earlier, which was, who do you want? Who do you want to sign? Do you want Rodri, Ryan Gravenberch, Martin Zubamendi? Who do you want? Because realistically, they're not even on our radar. Realistically, we've got to be looking at the players we're bringing in at this moment in time. Now, if these are players that Russell Martin's identified that can play in his system, that can give his team the best opportunity to succeed, then we've got to kind of go with it and have trust in Falwell and Purdy and Martin that they're doing the best things for the club. You might call me a happy clapper for saying that. That's fine, but I'm getting to the point where I'm just a bit fed up of constantly finishing second and constantly being shit, and constantly, well, not being shit, but not being good enough, and falling behind that lot from across the city. And I just think at the end of the day, we need to give this manager the best possible chance to succeed. Now, if it gets to Christmas and we're 10 points behind Celtic and we're out of the cup competitions and we're out of Europe, then yeah, let's criticise, let's call him out. But unfortunately, whether you are fortunately or unfortunately, that's the market we are currently in. The Joe Rothwell market, the loan players coming in. We need a massive amount of players, and the problem is, I think the money will only go so far. And I'd love the Niners owners to come in and spend 50, 60, 70 million, but it ain't going to happen because we can't FFP justify it. And if you want to compete in Europe, you've got to obviously abide by FFP rules. And if we're not abiding by FFP rules, we're going to be screwed. So we need to be careful. Look, like I said, this player looks a decent player. Hopefully, if he is signed on loan, he comes in and does a decent job for the club. And I'm sure if we bring in Connor Cody as well, we've pretty much done what I think a lot of us wanted to do, which was rebuild the back four. I think Kiefte probably stays as the left back. I think Butland probably stays as the goalkeeper. Now, you may see a better Jack Butland behind a more confident and better back four. You've got to kind of feel that Butland's loss of confidence also went around the kind of loss of form of the back four, and the fact that we had 4 defenders that were pretty awful last season in Tavernier, Suter, Proper and Tiefte / Ridvan at the left back slot. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this possible loan. Thanks for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. If you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, share and subscribe. And remember always, we are the people.